Yeah, no, we had some good conversation. This has obviously been, and I've said it before, but tough year for us as a team and as an organization. But it's something that I think as individuals we've all grown from a lot, and it's hard to look back the next day and get a real understanding of all we've learned. But I know for me personally, I've grown a lot as a player and as a person through this year, and I never would have imagined getting drafted by the Lakers and being in the position I'm in today. So in a lot of ways, I'm very happy for the position that I'm in and my future going forward.
What feedback did they give you?
I think my feedback's been pretty consistent throughout the whole year. For me this summer, I think everybody was happy with the way I played this year as a rookie. I got an opportunity that not many 48th picks in the draft would ever get. But if you ask me, I shouldn't have been a 48th pick in the first place. Injury set me up in a position where I wasn't at 100% at the right time, but I was lucky in that I fell to a great organization like the Lakers and got that opportunity. For me, this summer, I need to take the time, we said it before, to become really a knockdown shooter and really get even more three-point shots up. I'm open a lot more than I realize I am, and then the more physically strong and athletic I can become, the better player I'm going to become. My skill, I think I've shown, can play at this level, can play at the highest level, and as I can become stronger, more athletic, I can be more consistent and just be able to develop my game even more.
Do you really get a sense how they see you in terms of their future?
They drafted me. I think they certainly want me back, but at the same time, and I want to be here, but at the same time, everybody knows it's a business and they have a lot of positions to cover. They have a lot of spots to fill this summer, and they have a lot of things to figure out. So it's going to take some time, and we're not going to know tomorrow where I'm going to be playing next year. But I think we both hope to work something out.
You're not under contract yet, so talking about summer league is kind of silly. But is that something that you would consider doing, something like that, to kind of get some workout over the summer?
No, I think summer league could be hugely important for me if I'm able to be on a team and play. The way where a free agent is set up, most guys first, second year aren't really in that free agency stage, especially guys who got to play some significant minutes and show their stuff a little bit. So I'm going to have to figure that out. That's just going to work out whenever the timing of getting signed by a team is, whether it be here or anywhere else. I can't say for now.
What was the message in terms of growing next year beyond the physical development in your shooting?
For my growth, I think I've shown I can do a lot of things. I think the big thing is doing it consistently. I think most rookies have their ups and downs, and I did too. There were times I shot the ball better than others. There were times I, was just moving better than others. And if I can grow in those ways and then be consistent with it, I think I can be a pretty darn good player in this league and a starter.
When did you start to feel like yourself? Because I know you had all summer to get over the foot injury. You were late even to camp. You didn't even do a lot during training camp.
I think I got the opportunity to play in the D-League. I think that was huge for me. That can't be said enough. Just to go out and play early in the season and play a lot of minutes, get into better shape, and just have kind of a free-flowing attitude and go out and play my game. Obviously, I knew I wasn't going to come back to the Lakers and have a role like I did with the Defenders, but just the opportunity to play and have that weight lifted off your shoulders that you haven't been out there playing 5-on-5 for a long time, and I was in a unique position. But at the same time, I wasn't lying when I wasn't lacking in any confidence in my ability, and I constantly had a chip on my shoulder that I needed to prove to everybody, the 47 picks before me, that somebody out there made a mistake. And I'm also not lying when I know every single team that said I shouldn't, somebody in their organization said I'm not an NBA player, and you know, they're regretting it.
Are you looking forward to no longer having to collect the name placards and forcing teams or R. Kelly songs?
Yeah, it'll be nice to not be a rookie. From what I hear, though, it doesn't stop until the first game of next season. So who knows? Maybe some point in August, maybe on my wedding day, I'll be getting a call from Jordan Hill asking for something, and I'll have to do it.
You gotta check caller ID, don't answer the phone.
Exactly. Don't pick it up.
Ryan, what was, particularly toward the end of the season, you're showing a lot more athleticism, even dunking and all that. What was the process and what went into that and you being able to show that?
I mean, for one thing, it was a lot of hard work. You know, I was really consistent in my effort in the weight room and spending time, you know, just working on my body. And I know I got a long way to go, but my body's changed a lot since I graduated Duke. So that was a huge part of it. And two, just getting more and more comfortable out there, I think. You know, if you look way back to my high school days, I was pretty skinny, but I could jump a little bit. And, you know, when I was at Duke, I gained a lot of weight, trying to be able to take the rigors of, you know, a pretty tough ACC schedule coming from my high school. And, you know, that affected my athleticism a little bit. And, you know, I've slimmed down some from that time, and I think that's helped. I'm moving better, both laterally and north and south. And, you know, I think it's only going to get better for me. And, you know, people always look at me and don't think I'm the most athletic guy on the court, and I'm never going to be, but, you know, I'm certainly capable of throwing down a dunk every once in a while.
Well, you mentioned with the 48th pick, like, there's maybe some thinking with your injury situation. That aside, where do you feel like you were deserving to be selected?
Oh, I mean, I couldn't say exactly where. I don't know. But, you know, I felt like what I did in my college career was certainly deserving of a first-round pick at the time. Now, did I think I was going to get drafted in the first round on draft day? No. I knew I'm a pretty realistic guy. You know, I knew the situation I was in. And, I mean, in hindsight, there couldn't have been a better situation than the one I fell to with the Lakers, and I couldn't have been happier. You know, when I saw that pop up on the screen and got that call, I couldn't wait to get 5 hours away, 5-hour plane ride away from home, and get a new experience that is LA.
Hey Ryan, what's the balance between continuing to build your strength and athleticism to handle some bigger fours defensively and also staying kind of lean and being a stress forward and moving around the perimeter? How do you see your body going that way as your career goes forward?
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a huge thing for me. I have to be mobile. My skill set, you know, obviously, like I said, I have to become even a better shooter. But one of the big reasons is because when people are running at you, you have to be able to put the ball on the floor and make plays, and you can't do that if you can't move. And you know, it's going to be about strength for me, not necessarily straight up weight. And you know, some of that will come in time. But I'm never going to be 260 pounds or something like that, like some of the big power forwards in this league. But I just have to keep adding strength, muscle, and like I said, I've started to do a lot of that, and I think this offseason will be huge for it.
You know, you see Nash and Kobe especially embrace the nutrition aspect of all this. I know Tim is big on that. Is that, as a rookie, you're still young, you can probably eat whatever you want. Do you start to see how that can kind of change that type of thing where you're building strength without having to necessarily add a ton of ball?
No question. I mean, I think for a rookie, I did a pretty good job of buying into the food aspect of everything and nutrition, and you know, you can always get better. But I knew that for me, you know, I was in survival mode coming into this league, and I had to find any way possible and continue to find any way possible to stay in. And you know, I know for me, that's going to be a huge part of my future is handling my body, handling my nutrition. And like I said, I'm never going to be the biggest guy, the fastest guy, the quickest guy, but I have to be just enough or better. And you know, each one of those little aspects, whether it be in the weight room with my nutrition, are going to be a huge part of how long my career lasts, hopefully a long time, and how good of a player I am.
contention for second all-rookie team?
I sure hope not. That was a goal I had. Probably not at the beginning of the season, but as the season went along, to earn a spot on one of those teams. And, obviously there have been a lot of rookies that have had good seasons. And, just to be in contention for something like that is a pretty cool honor. And if I do get the opportunity to be on one of those teams, I'll be very proud. Like I said, that's one of my goals.
Ron, how would you describe your time with Coach Mike D'Antoni?
I loved Coach D'Antoni. I appreciate him as a person, as a coach. He gave me an opportunity that, like I said, not many guys in my position would have gotten. He let me play my game, gave me confidence when, sometimes for a guy might not have been able to get, might have been just sat down. And the one thing I always appreciate about Coach D'Antoni, most of our guys had ups and downs throughout the year, and that was kind of expected in a way because not many of our guys were super established as players, coming into this year in this league. And he always stuck with the guys that were playing their best. And I always appreciated that. If you were playing well, he kept you out there. If you weren't playing well, he took you out. And, that's something, we kind of had that at Duke a little bit. You had to earn your time. And, Coach D'Antoni always did that, and I always appreciated that.
So you are getting married?
Getting married. See a whole new guy next year.
Who wins one-on-one, you or Pal?
Pal's a Hall of Famer, and I would never, until he gets a little older, I will never say that I can beat him. But he's a surprisingly big guy and moves really well too. So Pal's got a number of years left in him where he's going to be a really good player, and wherever his future is, I know he's fighting for more championships, and that's his mindset, and that's what he's about. And I can only hope to have the type of career that he's had.
The Lakers can make you a restricted free agent. Does that make you think that there's a pretty good chance you'll be back next year?
Well, like you said, I think a lot of it's in their hands. If they make me a restricted free agent, then it's under their control basically, and that's not a bad thing for me because this has been a great spot for me. And so whatever situation happens, I'll be happy.
Ryan, what are your plans for off-season workouts? Do you set specific goals?
I'm be in LA for most of the summer, and like you said, just working out, taking my weaknesses and making them into strengths, and continuing to grow in every aspect. And don't know exactly where it's going to be yet, other than in this great city of Los Angeles.
What's the biggest thing you take away from playing with some of the veterans like Kobe, Nash, Powell?
There's been a lot to learn from them. One is their dedication. I was pretty fortunate. I got to see a man in Coach K who put in the time every single day. But when you see it from a player who's been in the league, Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, guys have been in the league for that long, still willing to put in that work every single day. It tells you, if you're going to make it that long, you have to be willing to do that every day, and you have to have a love for the game, and be willing to sacrifice a lot of other things to be a great player. And that's what I want to be. So I've never felt that I've lacked in effort and hard work, and now I know there's no reason to bring any less. If anything, I have to bring even more. Good? I appreciate you guys all year, seriously. You guys have been great. Haven't bashed me too much, so thank you guys.